10 years in the joint made you a fucking pussy. "10 years in the joint made you a fucking pussy." 10 years in the joint made you a fucking pussy.
10 years in the what? He's dead. We will never hear his sweet voice call us that again. Poor Nishiki. He died and he went to hell. It's okay though. He's reborn as Ichiban. And his death, his explosion, was pretty much the direct creation of Akiyama. So it all works out in the end, I guess. And we regale us with the famous Yakuza opening song we all know and love. It's Yakuza 2 Don't Be Blue, Take It Away Picture. I don't I don't know it. I'm sorry. Down here, point out. Did you eat them? Did you eat Nishiki? Don't do that. Girl, wait, hold on. They might actually not play that in this version. We'll have to see. I am curious how this is gonna play out for the story because Kiwami 2 definitely felt like they didn't actually plan on making Yakuza 2, and they certainly did not seem to have planned for a Yakuza 3. Like Yakuza 2 really felt they were like, all right, we managed to make one. That's it. That's all we're getting. And then they're like, guys, you can make another one. And then they're like, no, we can make a second. Okay, well, this is it. We're not making a third one. And then they made like 9 more, and they're like, shit. After this is Kenzan, that fuck yeah, we didn't even get Yakuza 3. They're like, we could just start fucking around. I'm in love with you. I have almost zero info on Yakuza 2 OG. I remember specifically talking to somebody who's been in stream before about how they hated Kiwami 2. And like they were like, yeah, Kiwami 2 is terrible. Don't even play it. So let's see how bad it really is. He said someone else his blood became mostly alcohol, and I drank his blood, and I was processed in my liver. Oh, wonderful. We want more than one game about being a criminal. That's right. Genzan is actually the third Yakuza game. That's crazy. Like old, like deep lore. That's crazy that's Yakuza 3. And then Yakuza 5 is fucking Dead Souls. What's going on over there? I know Yakuza 2 OG has a map they didn't bother remaking for Kiwami 2. That's crazy. That's crazy they cut out a whole map like the Resident Evil 3 did. What's going on? What's going on with these remakes? But but this game has Ryuji, and Ryuji's fucking awesome. Ryuji's super cool, so we get to see original, pristine, no crust Ryuji. So that's exciting. Um, let's just begin. Let me know if the game's too loud, of course. Sometimes I feel like my audio settings have will of their own. Ryuji's super cool. I'm sure they won't kill him off. Thankfully, Kiwami 3 is 100% faithful and has zero issues to address. Is that on sale? I should have picked it up when it was on sale. It's not on sale. It's actually full fucking price. Uh, it was on sale for the Sega sale. Fuck, I should have gotten it then. But I got Dare Another Chance. Dare Another Chance for what, Sky? Sega sales come around often, but we only have one more game to beat before I have to get to Kiwami 3. So we're running out of rope here. Sky calmed down. No, Sky's excited for a reason. There has to be a reason why he's shouting. What is it, Sky? Did Timmy fall down a well? Oh, Ninja Gaiden's on sale. Ninja Gaiden Rage Bound. I want to try that one too. MDM? Okay. Just 100% you'll have months. Um, Fuck Timmy. We gotta get him out the whale. Oh. Don't forget to link your Twitch account. Okay, but I don't have a Silver Palace account though, Sky. He knows not to fall down the well. Come on, man. Timmy don't know no better, dude. He's a dumb little baby. And Lassie's not around to tell him no more. Because that dog's dead. Lassie's probably been dead for years. Whose fault is that? Father time. You're listening to an email. Oh, okay. Sky sent me a news about Silver Palace, which is a gacha game that we're both interested in. You're like a detective, so I'm basically Sky's gonna go in appreciating the game for what it is. I'm gonna go in pretending I'm Yagami. But also yesterday, because I talked to Firo about some ideas, because yesterday Wuthering Waves, we got like 3 follows, which is the most I've gotten in one stream for months. And I realized it's because I'm doing these marathons, and I have like huge stretches where it's really not new person friendly. Like we're like in the middle of this is probably the best time for someone to jump into Yakuza right now because we're on Yakuza 2. It's not even the best time because it's Yakuza 2 on the PS2. So it's not great. But this would probably be like one of the higher opportunities I have to get someone around. And then after that, every stream after this until I beat it is like not a good point for anybody to entry. So it's just going to be regulars, which I'm fine with. I'm fine with streaming to just the regulars. That's totally cool. But for my own personal growth, I need to be doing other stuff too, like Wuthering Waves. So I do want to pick up more gacha games that I can play the story for, which right now I'm going to try not to do story content for Wuthering Waves off stream. And then I'm going to probably check out Neverest to Everest and Silver Palace when that comes out. So I can be on the ground floor for Silver Palace. And I'll do Enfield content when that comes out, but also I'm not patient enough to wait to do Enfield because I really like Enfield. So when that content updates, I want to do it immediately. But NTE, NTE's fine. They didn't use AI like people thought they did. It was like placeholder assets for arts and stuff, but like they have actual artists on it. Timmy shared the immortality juice and said he drank it all himself, and now he's a stupid kid falling down the well forever. Maybe there's something down there. Hopping to Yakuza right now, it's the best time. Well, like not like the best time, but the start of a new game is because we're doing Yakuza, Metal Gear, Star Fox, and Final Fantasy. That's like out of the like 5 times that I stream, those are 4 marathons, which I did it to myself because I wanted to play it. Packed with AI garbage, it's really not. If you haven't tried it out and you're just going off what people said on Twitter, they were just kind of complaining to complain because it's fine. NT doesn't really have anything like that going on. I checked that out myself because I wanted to see, and yeah, the game just people were like over exaggerating, like, oh, this game is completely filled with AI slap. It's not. They were just lying. They were just doing that thing. Ever seen looked at Twitter? The ads just look bad. I didn't see any of the ads, so I don't know what ads you're talking about. But the game itself is fine, and it plays fine too. And it has a very old school anime feel, which I kind of like. Wait, there's a Disgaea Warriors game coming out. Did you guys know that? What the fuck? Cool. I need to wishlist this. Whoa. There's an ad, but not to the degree people made it out to be. Yeah, it's like a fucking tree. And I think some of the art stuff in the walls and stuff is AI, but I wouldn't notice it unless you point it out to me. And that's not enough for me to hate. I don't think AI is a bad thing. I don't like, you know how people reacted to nuclear power because it was like called nuclear. I don't think AI is like something people should be afraid of. I think depending how it's used, like if it's generally low quality and they're just generating it to like because like when you know the AI I'm talking about, the AI art that looks like it's AI art and it looks like garbage, that's totally fine to hate. But if people are just using AI to make stuff like better or quicker, as long as it's refined, because I've always thought of AI as like you have an automated hammer, right? But you wouldn't trust it to build a house by itself. But if there's like an expert carpenter that was using it to make the house quicker or easier, then I think that's fine. As long as it's still like up to the standards of a normal house would be, if that makes any sense. So like if they have like AI art assets in the background and stuff, I don't care. I don't think it's anything to like be mad about. Tired of hearing about this Gaia? When will we get that Gaia? I don't know, maybe next week. First thing was the animation thingy. That was actually just plain bad. I don't know what you're referring to. Abominable Intelligence. That sounds cool. That sounds like a wrestler name. Placeholder assets for AI is like fine, you know. And if some actually get lets in, that's fine. And there's specific backend stuff that AI is perfect for. Really tedious learning shit that no one wants to do and takes no skill. Yeah, I think there's a place for AI, but the people who I think some people are using it incorrectly. Like there like people will have like, oh, AI placeholder, and then the whole thing is AI placeholder because they forgot, which just feels lazy if you have so many placeholders. I know like they said Expedition 33 used AI too, but people were like, oh, that's fine, which I also think is fine. I don't think it's like offensive to use AI as long as you're using it as a tool, not as a shortcut. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? There's like a 2D animation ad cutscene in the game that's very obviously AI. You'd have to show me this guy because when I'm playing it, I'm not really paying attention. I just know I got the angel girl and the dragon girl, and I'm like, I like the way the dragon girl plays. I also think some of the stuff in the world is pretty cool because you have like these like ghost spirits that you basically can get like as equipment. And one of the ones that stood out to me was when I was exploring the world, there was one that's a pair of like floating boxing gloves with like robot arms. And he's like a delinquent that's picking fights and stuff. And when you fight him, the floor rises up and becomes a ring. And if you actually get out of the ring, you get considered disqualified, and you're supposed to box him in the ring, which was kind of annoying because my angel and my dragon both have like jumping attacks that fling them all over the place. So I accidentally fell out of the ring. But a lot of the stuff NT does feels like old school anime to me. Like even the cringy parts of old school anime, which I actually kind of appreciate because we got scared of the cringe that anime used to have, which I think is lame. But if you're full on like no AI, no matter what, I mean, I guess that's fair. I honestly don't think that's the take we should be having. I think we should be like, if it wasn't for the fucking like awful AI videos that are spammed everywhere, and that's what people think AI is, I think AI's rep wouldn't be so bad. But like, it's pretty bad right now. I think AI is a tool that could become really helpful in the future. But man, there it's not being used very ideally right now. That's okay though. That's besides the point. That's something we don't have to worry about right now. Whoa. What is this? Oh, is this RGG Studios? Oh, it's Sega. That's a rock and roll Sega logo. They should have kept doing like custom intros for that. Whoa. But yeah, we also get original Daigo. And more of that crazy motherfucker. AI should not be used in place of producing new ideas. It should actually be used to tedious and annoying shit we don't want to spend time on. I think ultimately it should be seen as a tool, but not as a replacement for a person. Like I've seen stuff where they draw it and then they use AI to kind of like put in the background or make it nicer or something, like smooth out edges and stuff. And I think that's okay as long as it like if it looks like it's an AI product, then I think you didn't work hard enough on it because it should not look like AI made it. If AI helps you make it, it should still look like you made it or it was made by human hands. Because if it looks like AI made it, then the AI did the heavy lifting of the work, which isn't good. It should be used as a tool. It shouldn't be used as the tool wielder or whatever you like the sword master, the warrior. It's not a warrior. It's a sword, right? That doesn't make sense. She's really pretty and cool. I can't wait to see how her featured heavily in the series going forward. Apparently, she was hard to work with. That's what I hear is why they wrote her out of the story. See a lot of AI asset art, and you can tell. You can basically always tell. Yeah, you if you can tell it's AI, then you didn't work hard enough on it. No, don't play the intro again. I didn't press the button enough. I'm a warrior. I used to try to be. I'm just a warrior. That's okay, man. You'll get your hang of it eventually. You'll get the hang of it eventually. Yakuza save data found or reward has been placed in your item box. Yippee! Like one of the examples that came to mind recently. Actually, now that we're on talking about AI and stuff, Mario Wii Recomp came out on PC recently. Because ever since Sony was like, yeah, no more physical disc, some people have been working like really hard and like, here's this game now released on PC so everybody can play it. Somebody did it for Mario Wii, but on closer inspection, people found out that the coding or parts of the coding were done using AI too to like fill in the blanks that they didn't want to do themselves. From what I can tell, it all works fine, and you wouldn't know it was AI if you didn't like look for it. But people are still acting like it's sacrilegious now because they use a little bit of AI, which I just kind of think is ridiculous. I feel like that's the same mentality people have with nuclear power, which I don't know. I just feel like we shouldn't be scared of it or act like it's super terrible because it can be good. The AI products that are bad should like be chastised for being bad. But just because something has AI doesn't automatically make it bad. Do you know what I mean? Remember when they did shit like that? Yeah, there was a whole game franchise that was like, hey, your save file from the last game continues over here. So whatever level and equipment you had for everybody would cross over to this next one. That was dot hack. And then Mass Effect and Dragon Age had story choices carry over, which was cool. Tom Power is the future. I think nuclear power and AI are actually a fairly apt comparison. I feel like AI is hurting the environment a lot more because of all the water consumption it's using to keep the plants cool, which isn't great, especially when AI slop is turned out very, very frequently. I feel like AI shouldn't be like so like accessible for. Hey, this is a scene like in the Raid 2, but then this guy would get like shanked to death in the alley, not whatever. Is this Date? It's got to be. Nobody else was a brown trench coat. Except nuclear power was curtailed by people scared of it, and AI's kind of going the opposite direction. Everybody hates it or loves it. Everybody like uses it for slop. And I have to admit, I'm kind of guilty of it because I love the Phoebe Chobi videos, the little AI videos of the tiny Phoebe. I think those are super cute, and the Goo Goo Gaga ones, with the penguin, I love those. I adore those. They're adorable. It's my fault. For nuclear, the cleanest energy we know how to produce, and think we should stop being scared of using, but even remotely compared to AI. What do you mean? How the fuck are nuclear the cleanest energy we know how to produce, and things we should stop being scared of using, but even remotely compared to AI? Well, because nuclear energy, when people heard of it, they immediately just started assuming things, and were like, "Get rid of it, don't use it." And the AI is coming out, and people are also assuming things about it. And people are like, anything that AI touches is bad, or people love AI because it's super easy to do. No in between. What did you just call him? I don't think comparison is quite so free. Nuclear power stands about everyone just being wrong about it. What it does, while AI stands about what we all know is being used for en masse. Power just got shut down. It can be providing massive amount of relatively clean energy. AI on the other hand, they've forced that are forcing it everywhere without restraint. Oh, I see what you mean, Quilla. I think people are just gonna calm down. I think we should just relax. We take a step back and we need to think about this more clearly. Nuclear became a fear thanks to 3 Mile Island and Chernobyl disasters. But isn't nuclear power like safe? I think people should do what I say. We don't even know what you want to do. Why the hell will we ever listen to you? You can't even listen to you. If I was rolled out as reckless as AI now, it would have been bad? Probably.
安心
Yeah.
しろ俺は奴らとは関係ねえんだこっから逃げるんだ
Modern plants are physically incapable of melting down. People look at 2 disasters in the infancy of tech and say it's bad. Safe because safety measures were very thoroughly developed. Why don't we just start using it then? Do we need to go around and slap everybody who's afraid of nuclear power?
育てちゃいけねえだろ
Yeah, yes. I don't mean the fear between it though. Of like nuclear power and AI. I don't think people are actually afraid of AI like they were of nuclear power. I just think people automatically like have signed off on what they believe on it and refuse to budge, like how people were afraid of nuclear power. Does oil barons continue funding anything that makes people scared of nuclear? Ugh. It requires massive infrastructure to use, and we spent decades drilling for oil in the Middle East.
20年以上経つ
How'd that work out for us?
目がちこと承知くでろや
Did we succeed with the oil? Wait, is this one not in English? It is not? Whoa, I didn't even realize. Fuck. But I want to hear the funny dub.
でけえ声で騒ぎやがってそんなことで俺たちがビビるとでも思ってんのか
Yeah, I think it pisses people off more because they kill consumer PC market with these damn RAM prices.
待て
Wasn't there like an investigation going on because I think they're like overdoing the RAM prices or the RAM shortage or something?
てめえらだろこの辺り
There's no
の店
dub for
荒らしま
two.
ってる
Ah,
中国
heck.
系のチンピラっての
してるのなら話が早い店の金全部出せ
てめえらに渡す金なんか
The main RAM producers are being sued, yeah. Oh, heck.
俺を倒してからにしな
Everything's just so crazy nowadays. Why are you even playing? I know, what's the point? You might as well just play Golden 2 again.
てめえらよそもんにこの町を好き勝手させるわけにはいかねえんだよ
さすが店長すごいっすね
You a problem because it keeps being pushed recklessly and laws are hopelessly ill,
また
equipped to regulate it.
とんでもない事件が起き
It's all
ま
the
した
AI
ね
girlfriends.
そうなってもらいたくねえんだが
We need to get rid of all the AI girlfriends and then things will calm
い
down.
てくれりゃ
Except mine. Kashiwaga.
おやさんスターダストの前で揉め事があったそうです相手は関西もんかいや立ちの悪い外国
But
人だそう
yeah,
で
is
す
that we all know it's dying. The bubble's going to pop because literally only the video is making money off of it. Yeah, I think the bubble popping would be really good for it right now because it's out of control. I don't think we should completely give up on AI. I think there's a place for
何
it.
が発端で戦争の火種になる
But as it is right now, this iteration of it and how it's being distributed is really bad. Server farms popping up everywhere, consume massive amount of water. Everyone knows the problem, but there's no mechanism in law to stop it. It all came on so quick. Yeah, it needs to die. It needs to die so we can bring it back better.
今はその時期じゃねえ若いやつにきつく言っておけ勝手に跳ねるんじゃねえと
When the boat pops, we're only going to have the useful in Syria. Yeah, that shit's gonna be cool. because I think AI is impressive. I think the stuff we can do with AI is going to be impressive. We're just not there yet. We have to get through the sloppy, shitty version of it, but then we'll get to the cool version of it soon.
こっちから仕掛けるか。
Like, I'm not gonna lie, I've seen people hate machine translated stuff, like AI translation, but that's allowed me to play some games that I could never play otherwise, and I'm fine with that, especially if the translation itself
お
improves.
前ならどうする？
That'd be super cool. Like, I'm totally okay with that. So, like, either they're loud, they produce a lot of waste, and they're popping up in populated areas and being public nuisances. We gotta blow them up like in Final Fantasy 7.
どうでもいい。早いとこ派手にドカンと花火打ち上げてください。
そう焦るな。
Oh, what's up, Sky?
俺は闇に葬られた仲間の恨みなんだ。俺たちは待っていたんだ。
Quick woo swap.
ただ
What?
ひたすら待っていたんだ。
そないなことして
What do you mean quick woo swap? Swap? Do you want me to swap to Withering Waves?
盗み聞きされたりしてありませんでしょうね。
問題ない。私は
The other
この道の
weekly is
プロだ。
Tower. Oh, you're swapping the
同調す
topic
ることはあ
to
っても
woo. I was
さ
so
れることは
confused.
ない。
はい。
You're gonna have to show me like screenshots of the UI, Sky, because all the menus overwhelm me and I get scared, and then I have to ask AI for it, and AI doesn't know either. AI will tell me like I'm scared too, man.
赤の谷。分かっとるな。
Also, we need to cut that fucking the
期待
AI
していてく
like
れ。
approach of being like your friend and telling you you're right no matter what. I hate that shit. Like, I can tell when I'm wrong about something, and I ask AI for something to
それだけじ
to
ゃ。
like for like info and stuff, and they'll be like, "You're so right, and your feelings are so bad." It's like, dude, we're not friends. Just fucking give me the info I need.
許してくれ。
Claude or whatever.
カズマ。
Tarugo already, but I wrote Shorekeeper today because I'm cool now. Yeah, Shorekeeper's such a good pool. I'm glad you got her.
親を殺したのは俺なんだ。
一夜でもいい。一目でもいいから。もう一回。
Oh yeah, we get to see how much Kiryu suffered already, and it's been one game.
その夢が
He lost his dad.
叶った。
He lost his dad figure. He lost his best friend. He lost his girlfriend.
こんな奴に好きにさせてたまるかよ。
最後のけじめくらい俺につけさせろや。やめろ。やめるんだ。
We really shouldn't have killed everyone who killed Kiryu right away, should we? It's so crazy, dude. It's so crazy. They were in one game at this franchise is 8 with some change now. She's still the most used healer. Yeah, she's really good. She's really good. She could fit anywhere.
どうしたの怖い顔して。
Apparently, Chisa's also really good,
ある
but
か
as like a best in slot all around.
どこ行って
New
た
York State
んだ
recently passed a moratorium
ど
block.
うした
What is
その
that?
花束。
お墓参りに行くって言ってたでしょ。
Moratorium block building the AI data frame so that hopefully
Ah.
legislation can develop
お
to
じ
meet the
さん、
demand.
お腹すいた
Oh, that's
すぐに朝ごはん作るね。
we need to hurry up on getting all that figured out because I think there's room for AI in our lives. We just need to do it correctly.
この一年で調達したんだからね。
That way we don't leave it on the table like we did nuclear power. She blasts himself for no damn reason. For real. No reason. Moratorium, a temporary suspension, or authorized delay. Oh, interesting. Thank you. Has it really been a whole year? Some scars never fade away, no matter how much time has gone by. Being here brings them all back again. It's also trying to put spyware in 3D printers. Is it so people don't pirate shit? Is that to stop people from pirating? That's the only reason I could think why they would want to do that. I remember a while back, there was like a leak of Gunpla plans. So people took like the plans and then just started 3D printing the models themselves. To prevent 3D weapon printing, that's probably not a terrible idea. I don't think 3D printed guns are going to be any quality, but you know some moron's going to try it. So I say there's an app comparison to nuclear power. There's a place on our site where technology is useful and can benefit us. What's gotten is anything but that. Nuclear power got hidden away in a corner and it has been allowed to run rampant. Yeah, I see what you're saying now, yeah. I made the comparison, but you understood it way better than I did. I knew something was there, but I didn't quite piece it together as you did. We're in ads, so I'm waiting for ads. They want 3D printers to refuse to print anything remotely close to a weapon. Even like toys, because I feel like not being able to 3D print weapons is probably a good idea. I actually don't see why that would be a negative. I made the comparison before, so I was sitting on it. So when you made it too, I was like, yeah, I'm cooking. You're trying to cosplay? Well, you can't 3D print it because it's gun-shaped. Well, I mean, cosplayers before have found a way, right? Like, they've gotten, like, gun models and stuff. I don't know, I'm not a cosplayer, though, so I know Sky's a cosplayer, but I'm not a cosplayer. It also applies to CNC machines. Can't nut. The machines actually used to make firearms. Wait, the machines 3D print guns, and now they're gonna not be able to 3D print guns? I'm confused, Sky. I don't know much about guns, Sky. The dude in Japan made a gun with a PVC pipe. That's true. I guess it's not really going to stop people if they really wanna. And honestly, it's really not that hard to get a gun anyway. I don't think 3D printing is going to... Like, stopping 3D printing weapons is going to really do anything. Quick reminder, 3D printed guns shatter if they're fired once. Have any of you guys seen the movie called The Sadness? This is relevant. Like a PVC scattergun? Yeah, it looked like something from Fallout. It looked like one of the pipe weapons in Fallout. At that point, just buy a knife. You'd probably just be able to get like a regular gun easier and be more effective. There's a film called The Sadness, and I forgot if it was like Taiwanese or what. It was from Asian, but I don't. It was from Asian. It was from an Asian country, but I don't know which one. It was either like Thailand or Taiwanese or something, but it was an Asian film that's basically like the comic book Crossed, where it's an infection that when you get infected, you end up becoming like animalistic. Taiwanese, thank you. You become like animalistic with your desires, like you just become brutal. You R-word people, you assault people, just whatever you want to do, you start going nuts. I think the universe explanation was that like the stuff that gives you dopamine and pleasure got like crossed with like the stuff you need to like defend yourself when you're in danger. So attacking people just ends up making you feel good. So people started like losing, and they got like overdrive too. So they end up just going ballistic and attacking each other. The doctor in that film 3D printed a gun, and when he finds the main girl, adrenaline mixed with dopamine. I think it was something like that. I don't remember the science behind it because I haven't watched the movie in a while, but it was something along those lines. But the doctor who like was warning people about it finds the main girl because he's hiding in the hospital, and he's like, "Look, I 3D printed a gun just in case." And I think when he tries firing it off, it blows up in his hand. It doesn't even work. He doesn't get to shoot anything. Which I thought was like when I saw him, he said 3D printed it. I was like, don't use that. And then it didn't work. It didn't work. It blew up in his hand. And he was like, fuck. That movie's really gross, by the way. Don't watch it if you have like a sensitive stomach. I think that same doctor. That's the other problem. Is sometimes just don't actually manage to fire. Yeah, he tried shooting somebody and it blew up in his hand. And then that same doctor, they cut his foot off, like the tip of his foot with an axe, and left him with like an open wound. And then when they were trying to drag him away to safety, one of the infected ran up to him and vomited into the wound so that he would also get infected. Super gross movie, but it was pretty good. It's a pretty good movie, but don't watch it if you're like squeamish for that kind of thing. So it's Bloomberg wanting and funding the bills to try to add the spyware to all 3D printers, so fuck them. Bloomberg sounds familiar. I don't remember though. Anyway, we're out of ads though, so let me continue. Yeah, the point of that was I probably would check out NTE because I think their use of AI is not offensive. We'll see for ourselves though, because I'm not very far in. I did like the first dungeon, and if it gets particularly bad, then I'll bail on it. But I am willing to check it out because I don't see anything that's too notoriously bad. But I'm glad we all have opinions on AI, except for Bathwater. He didn't really chime in. Yishiki, I hope you're at peace now that fighting's done. If it weren't for you, I wouldn't be here right now. I owe you my life. Yumi. I still can't forget you. It's now I can channel my love for you into raising your daughter. Keep watch over Haruka. She misses you. Oh, yo, bud. Has it been a year already? Thinking back on it, last year really turned my life around. Recall the events of last year? Nah, we did it like last week. Leave those memories undisturbed. I'm glad they still had their funky, weird prompts even back then. Bathwater is just a fresh-faced babe. He is ready to have his opinions. Yeah, he's like trying to figure out how to read his Leapfrog books. He's not quite ready yet. He'll get there. He's a smart kid. Whoa. Tenda? Terada? I can't tell if that's an R or an N.
わし一人で。しかし、関西の連中に待ち伏せされていたら、ここは人の
I'm pretty sure his
魂
name
が
is
安
Terada.
らかに眠っとるところや。そこを血で染めるような下品な真似はせんやろ。しかし、柏木の頭から保護に抜かりはないようにと言われておりますので、一人で差しで話をしたいもんがおるんや。お前ら、いつでも道具は抜けるようにしとけ。はい。
Hoi. Check out my 3D printed knife. Why didn't you just buy a regular knife? You can just do that here.
お母
Shut
さ
up.
ん、はるか買い物に行ったりご飯作ったり
ご飯
綺麗なおじさんと楽しくやってるから
Gohan.
安心してね。
おやっさん、どうして自分だけが残っちまったんでしょうか。しかし仇となった今ははるかを立派に育て上げるつもりです。
Are you supposed to say your prayers out loud? I guess you can, like, when you're talking to the grave.
寺田、
It sounds like a wish.
一人で来るとは不用心だな。
若いもんは向こうで待たせてあります。
If I guess a metal
どうしても
entrepreneur,
4代目
Why
に
is he
だけ
good in
は
Yakuza?
お話ししておきたいことがあ
by
りま
Poland
して
will
四代目はよしてくれ。
He has ambitions.
仇だ。
He has ambitions. He likes hanging
何の
around.
話だ。
実は近江連合の合田会長と杯を
Just
交わ
not
そうと
ambitions
思っ
where
ており
they
ます
where you think they would be.
近江連合との全面戦争を避けるにはもはやそれしか方法が
Poland is mine. You can't have Poland bathwater. You're too little.
追い詰められているのか。
1年前のあの事件で
Bathwater. You know you
東
can't
上
have
会のライブはガタガ
Poland.
タです戦争となればまた多くの血が流れ東上会は近江連合に乗っ取られてしまいますそれだけはなんとか避けたいと
お前と合田会
I'm
長
not
で
little.
は
I'm
格が
tall.
違う。
You can be tall, but
向
you're
こうが
still
その話
little
を飲むとは
in spirit.
思えんがな。
You're a tall little guy.
十二分に承知しておりますがしかし
寺田、東上会の5代目はお前だ。仇
You can
の
also be
手
the
が
opposite.
口を挟むこと
That's
じゃね
inspirational, dude. That should be on a
先代
T-shirt,
な
I
ら
think.
東上会の
I'm sure someone here gonna
どう乗り
test.
越えるかご意見をお聞
Sky
かせください
or Infinity.
先代
Not me. I'm short in both. Oh fuck! They shot the birds. Oh no, even worse. You might be wondering why we made ourselves known even though we had guns.
寺田藩の首
They're 3D printed.
いただきに来たんや
関西の送り込んできた鉄砲玉が。
東上会のボディーガードは脇が甘いですな
うちの組員たちの
あとは穴掘って埋めるだけですわ
なんやと
ここは墓地や運ぶ手間省けてええんとちゃいますか
はるかと逃げてくれ。
しかし
その体に東上会の未来がかかってんだ。俺が相手になってやる。お前らに極道の礼儀ってもんを教えてやるぜ。
Wait, my first fight is with the guys who have guns? I don't have my bulletproof vest anymore. to go to a morgue to get an autopsy. This saves no one anything. Oh, they put the guns away. Yeah, they only fire once. I don't need the tutorial. Yeah, grab. Boom. Oh. Use weapons. Pick up a weapon. Where's a weapon, dude? Where am I gonna find a weapon in the goddamn
10 years in the joint made you a fucking pussy.
Nishiki, is that you? Oh, that's a one-time use. Ruka, find me more weapons. Yeah, his grave's right over there. We should have put the bell on Nishiki's grave in case he wasn't dead. His ghost tells everyone that? Oh, that makes sense. Wait, where can I eat these guys? Oh. Damn, that was on Kazuya's grave. Thanks for the assist, boss. Oh yeah, boom. Sorry. Sorry. Okay. You there, Morning? Your pappy, your abuela, your building manager, or whatever, and he'll come to you and give you his wisdom. Oh, that sounds useful. Did I go back to the Battle Train again? No. What if we could work like Elizabeth from Bioshock Infinite, just through weapons and healing items and Curie every once in a while? That'd be super sick, because that was a really cool idea that they abandoned. I think there's one instance of her doing that in the entirety of Infinite, which is such a shame, because it was such a cool idea. Oh! What if Kiryu shot him in the back on accident? Like, the other guy just missed completely, but Kiryu shot him in the back.
これを持って近江連合の合田会長のもとへ。お前、わしと桐生さんとでは器が違う。登場会の明日を。
No, Terada, you're taller.
これでええんです。
Even if fucked up about it, but Elizabeth had a pretty animated face to turn off all the critical thinking. I think if I remember correctly, it's because of Elizabeth's character model that like it made like technological advancements in source filmmaking porn because they wanted to see porn of her, which is kind of Infinite's like mark on history. Yes, I was about to say that. Yeah. I mean, I thought she was cute, but I didn't think she was that like fucking like I didn't think people would be that down bad for her. I don't have an updated fucked it, but like remember that when I first played Elizabeth really gave me shit and some fights got down to the wire? She only does it in like one instance. I think like if you're like on empty on everything, she'll throw you stuff, but only if you're like have nothing. Elizabeth walked where Tracer could run. Good job, Bioshock. There's your claim to fame at least.
しばらくひまわりに行ってる。大切なお仕事
Same
があ
place
る
you
んで
just
しょ。
tossed me like health and ammo and so much money.
お仕事が終わった
Bioshock 2 is
ら
good. I like Bioshock
迎え
too.
に来てね。
I feel like it's kind of slept on, I'm not gonna lie. I feel like people only know Bioshock 1 and Bioshock Infinite. Which is a shame, because I think Bioshock 2 is the best one. You can dual wield. He's like, shit, I don't know what this says, I can't read. It's the lady that was super hot in Kiwami, but seemed to have a thing for ugly bastards because her husband was not attractive.
これをもって長きにわたる抗争の終結を強く望むものであります。
Yeah, she's still pretty for a PS2 model.
まさかこの書状を関西に持って
They
い
were
くつもりです
chosen.
か
Ken Levine, game director and creator, was like, Elizabeth's like my daughter. Her daughter told us this. I respectfully asked, please not to not make porn of her in like 2011. And yeah,
親の
yeah,
玉取った相手のところに出
yeah,
か
he
け
was
て
like,
い
it's
って
weird. Seeing porn of her was
杯
weird.
交わしてくださいなんて
Maybe he used to be attracted before being rich and he didn't need to give.
じゃあお前は 5代目の
I
敵を
guess
討つ
so,
と
right?
いう
That
のか
makes sense.
やられたらやり
Like
返す
Zone got involved? Did he?
それが極道
Wait,
で
is
す
Zone a guy? I actually
兄
don't
弟
know.
あんたが勝
But
手
I
に
also
動
was
いて
not
と
aware
ばっ
that
ちり
Zone
食う
made
のは
any
ごめんだ
Elizabeth porn.
ケツまくるってのか
戦争すんのにも金が必要なんだよ。
金
There's no stopping anything.
おめえには極道のメンツがねえのか
Hey man,
おだまり
that's the humanity's determination. I didn't see on Box 2, I didn't see on anything Bioshock. I read the book. There's a book? No one knows what is going on with Zone except the other Skullgirls devs. Aw man, Skullgirls. What a tragedy that franchise became.
姉さんこの
Zone porn artist, a king.
自分に任せても
Alright, Backwater.
奇獣
I watched the short film The Brothers Rapture. I don't. You're making this stuff up. I don't think any of this is
避ける
real.
べきだと考えてるんだね。
はい
向こうが話を飲むとは思えんが
それも承知の上ですですがこれは寺田の遺言な
The
んで
things
す
about Japan I've not done is like System Shock or its remake. Yeah, because you hate it though.
覚悟は
You look at System Shock and you turn your nose up.
まさか
Elizabeth Corn actually legit advanced 3D animation and it's great style. Yeah, that's what we're talking about, this guy.
相手の出方次第では
Because unfortunately, as good as Bioshock is, that's kind of their biggest mark in history.
あんたまだ11年前の堂島殺しのことにこだわってるのかい
I like
あ
Dishonored.
れ
I
は
don't know
錦
the
山がやったこ
correlation.
とだろう